Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to have a look at the new units for Season 9. So this is the Pyramid of Exile. So we're going for an Egyptian theme here. Very strong units to come out of this. The reason that we're looking at this, not just because of the fantastic art available, but also because of the synergies that are included as well. As you can see, we do have the synergies for Bahamut, for Snow White, not exactly Egyptian themed, but is what it is, and Ra and Isis as well. So Snow White, a bit of an outlier here. But what I want to go through is where these units will fit. So first things first, Bahamut. She is a deviant Glorian. She is a royal, of course, and also she is a protector. So what I want to do is just jump in. Let's have a look at our Glorians, and then let's see what protectors we have available to link up. Now, I don't think there are very many protectors at all in Glorians. We have Striker, Monarch. We do have a protector in the form of Marina, but I don't think you'll be running Marina alongside her unless she does something special. You have Monarch, Protector Gwyn. Here we go. Now, this is interesting. These are basically all of the same types. Is it? Yeah, all of the same types. Yeah, it is exactly the same types as Gwyn. So we're going to have a fantastic linking partner in Gwyn. Now, Gwyn, in case you don't know, when an ally is attacked, Gwyn applies 1 stack of attack boost on the allied team. Supposed to run this with Lily and Leah. So this unit specifically with Lily and Leah, because you raise the attack boost limit of the entire team by 10. Oh no, so by 50. No, by 10. By 10 with Lily and Leah. You also increase Gwyn's crit resistance, additionally increases attack by 1% as well. That's the max that he gets. Now, his actual attack, Gwyn slices through the enemy's soul with his giant scythe, dealing 300% magic damage to the enemy unit with the current lowest HP. If the target has 6 stacks of defense reduction, then the additionally applies 100% leech rate. If the target has 12 stacks of defense reduction, then additionally applies 200% leech rate. The combo with this is supposed to be Lily and Leah, Talinas and Gwyn as well. He's supposed to run all 3 of those together so that this second part of his passive applies. Very strong if utilized correctly. Now, we don't have any information about Bahamut at all in any way, shape or form, except for this bit right here. So the actual synergies involved. And again, we do have protectors on the team. So we can see that there is a strong linking partner with Bahamut at the moment. Unfortunately, none of the other deviant units or none of the other units within this team, besides potentially Cleo, Victoria, etc., have the same synergies. Even Chang, who is the most recent unit, does not. And we don't have, so we do have a Phantom on the team to pair alongside Schrodinger, but again, it is primarily going to run Bahamut alongside Gwyn, so very strong indeed. But again, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what her abilities are. Now, we'll jump into the next one. Next one is Snow White, I believe. Snow White, a fairy tale character, not related to the Egyptian gods in any way, shape or form, but it looks like we've got an evil Snow White here. Here's the original one. I actually watched this yesterday with my kids. I've not watched the live action one. Don't particularly want to, but we do have a cartoon version of this as well from 1959, I believe it was first released. And now we have it in OMNIHEROES. So she is a Doom's Shadow Arc Enchanter. So we do already have a strong Enchanters lineup. And in fact, let me just jump into Lost City and let me show you this Enchanters lineup. So let's jump in and let's see where we get up to. So where are you? 1, 2, 3. There we go. So we have our 3 enchanters, technically 4 if you include Cleo or Victoria in the lineup as well. But we do have Shadow Arcs, but there's no Shadow Arc enchanter on the team at the moment. You do have Mavis, who is not Mavis. There we go. Halios, who is a a Shadow Arc on this team. Specifically, we don't have any others on this team at the moment, any other Shadow Arcs anyway, so it might be why they're popping Snow White in there. But Halios is primarily a Monarch payoff, so you're not really going to want to run them alongside each other. You're really going to want to build on this Enchanters team that you've already got. So Ophelia, Halios and Athena. Athena, very, very strong, especially with her reds or half red runes. She becomes a powerhouse and a proper tank. She takes a lot of damage and gives a lot of damage out as well. Ophelia, been a staple in those combo teams in order to allow you to pass through all of the hell difficulty. Very, very strong. But not one you would normally run alongside other enchanters. But now there are 4 enchanters on this team. We'll have to see just how strong that is. And then Halios as well. Halios is sort of a sleeper. Nobody really runs Halios. And the reason for that is his gear is just not great. So Halios unleashes Light's Might and attacks the enemy, dealing 300% physical damage. It's not great. That 300% is a bit low. Landing a crit has 50% chance base chance to apply stun on the target for 1 round, which can be very strong in certain circumstances, PvP specifically, where stun is allowed, and also in lower stages of like Rift Odyssey, can be very, very strong effect, but not in the later stages, which is why Halios falls off, because he does rely on that stun. His second passive, Halios soars into the skies and hurls a Spear of Judgment, attacking the enemy units and dealing 120% physical damage. Landing a crit allows him to randomly attack a single enemy target and apply 1 stack of defense reduction. So again, Halios is actually all about crits. It's weird to think, but he is a very, very old unit, and you used to run him alongside Karnak and alongside Eudora before any of the other good ethereal units got released. So when Halios is deployed and after enemies have taken 3 instances of reflect damage, not too difficult criteria to hit, the ally team gains 2 defense boost stacks, and the limit of defense boost stacks increased by 5 to the for the ally team. Very, very strong, but we don't really see defense boost stacks anymore. Halios' own damage reduction, so it increases his own damage reduction by 30, so he can be classified as a tank because he does build up his own damage reduction and his defense boost, and he also applies damage reduction to himself. Now, if you do have your runes, as you can see, I'm nearly there with his celestial runes, but not really invested too much in. Each time Halios deals reflect damage, when the ally team's reflect rate is higher than 200%, he has 25% chance to stun for 2 rounds. Now he applies Curse as well to enemies the higher up you go, which is why I've not gone very much higher, because I thought that if you boosted him up, when I picked up his exclusive runes, I thought this 25% chance was going to increase up to 100% chance, but again, it does not. And if this did increase up to 100% chance, he would be truly, truly strong. He would be really, really powerful. But as it stands at the moment, I don't think he's super runnable. Who knows? Maybe this Snow White will change things up. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll make things better. But again, you've got your Dooms, you have Shadow Arcs and Enchanters, as well as Light Seekers for this new Snow White. And I suspect this here will be a relic of some kind, but I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Next up is Ra. So Ra is a Valianter. She is a Celestial and a Striker as well. Art looks good. I'm very much enjoying a battle-worn Ra. Very, very strong. So let's go ahead and jump into Valianters and see where we get up to with Strikers. Now, we do already have a couple of different Strikers in the form of Atrops and in the form of Nyx as well. So Nyx also very, very powerful striker. Quite slept on. Previously, Nyx was so strong, but because of the single target damage, she just doesn't do as much damage as you really want her to do, to be honest. And there are better units to run nowadays than Nyx herself. So you've got units like Elma, Hades, Pandora, who you would probably run over Nyx at this point because she did not have a linking partner. However, now she does. in the form of Ra. So Ra, again, very, very strong, powerful striker, it looks like. However, I don't know any of the effects of Ra. I don't know what she's going to do. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry about that. So you might hear some background noise. That's probably just my kids having a bath because they've been playing in the sand and the paddling pool all day. Considering it's 12 degrees outside, they thought it would be best to jump in the paddling pool. Kids for you, flipping lunatics, who'd have them. Anyway, so we do now have a third striker. I believe Christine is actually also a striker. Yeah, Christine is a striker, so it'd be something along... not you. Somewhat along these lines, I believe, because we don't have any other strikers. So technically, you could have a team of 5 strikers. You would have Cleo or Victoria, and you would have Ra in the team as well. The only problem that I see with this is there's no deviant in there. There's no deviant within the actual framework of this build specifically. So you could have Cleopatra, Nyx, Atrops, Christine. Christine, you sleep on Christine quite a bit. She is the lowest of all of the Lightseeker units that I've got, and I haven't really put much stock in. Now, Nyx, on the other hand, let's have a quick read of Nyx, because many people might not be too familiar, because she's not super high up on the priority list. So, Nyx opens the Abyssal Wall to unleash fearsome nightmares to bite enemies, dealing 450% physical damage to backline enemies. That was really, really powerful back in the day, this one. And has a 10% chance to deal 10 times damage. Only in PvP. So in PvP, she was an absolute nightmare to deal with on that first hit. Nyx opens the Abyssal Wall to unleash fearsome nightmares, dealing 180% physical damage to backline enemies, and has a 10% chance to deal 10 times damage in PvP only. If an ally kills more than 2 enemies, she steals the target's shields when dealing damage. So effectively, when you go up against Avengers, she is absolutely phenomenal. The stolen shield will not exceed 200% of her own attack. And finally, Nyx's basic attacks have a 25% chance to be replaced by her Nightmare Grip, which is her secondary active skill as well. So that's all of her basic attacks. Can be very strong, especially if paired with, say, the counter-attack horn from Rift Odyssey. Very, very strong indeed. But again, I have not prioritized Nyx. I've never prioritized Nyx. She was the Valianter to go to, and then Elma got released, so I prioritized Elma over Nyx. I do have her runes as well, but I think she will be the best linking partner for this Ra, outside of Atrops or Cleo. So cast a Nightmare Grip 1 time on each action, which means that this ability here, effectively, she can potentially do Nightmare Grip, and then she can potentially do another Nightmare Grip following on from that as well. So yeah, she has relatively strong runes. I did pick up her exclusive runes. Unfortunately, they are now relegated to any deviant attacking unit that gets that needs runes for that season. That's what I use these runes for, unfortunately. Yeah, so cast Nightmare Grip. So if you do have her half-red runes, cast Nightmare Grip 1 time on each action. When Nightmare Grip or Abyssal Jaws skill does not trigger the 10 times damage. Bear with me. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. If she doesn't trigger the times 10 damage, she also triggers the stun ability. But again, she is limited in her reach. And what I mean by that is she's very limited to how many players she can attack or how many units she can attack at any given time. So I stopped running Nyx quite some time ago, but this might be a revival season for Nyx. Now, I think potentially a good strong build will be something like this. So you've got Pandora, Vittoria, Macaria as your 3 monarchs, and then you'd have Atrops and Nyx as your 2 strikers. Now what you can do, take out Vittoria and you pop in Ra, for example. So you would have 2 monarchs in the form of Pandora and Macaria for your defensive boost, but also you would have a reason to run Atrops and Nyx as well. Very, very strong combination. we'll have to see. We'll have to see how strong Ra is and what her synergies do, or at least what abilities she has as well, and what star level you need her at in order to achieve those as well. Now, again, I don't have any further information on Ra whatsoever, just the seasonal stuff, and then we've got one more unit to go, which is Isis. So Isis looks to be the most powerful out of all of them, and there is one or maybe two giant reasons for that. The first giant reason would be Mavis. One sec. Sorry, I went outside for 30 seconds in spring, and then my nose is just starting to bung up. Yeah, gross. But there is also another giant reason. Is Aphrodite. Aphrodite, celestial monarch. Isis, celestial monarch. Very, very strong. This will make or break Avengers. If Isis does not make or break Avengers, I would be shocked. The fact that she is a monarch and a celestial to pair alongside the strongest PvP unit in the game. Yes, I joke about Mavis being the strongest unit or strongest Avenger. Technically, that is correct. Technically, Mavis would outdo Aphrodite. Primarily because Mavis will just keep last wording over and over and over again, especially if you pair her with Phantoms. But now they have another Monarch, so you can technically have 4 solid Monarchs, even 5. Don't sleep on Albert. He is very, very strong. He's very, very good. But again, you can have something like this, and then you would have Isis in this slot here, something like that. And this, I think, is going to be really, really strong in PvP. I do not think any other team will hold a candle to Isis and Aphrodite. I think that both of those being avenging monarchs, especially with that celestial synergy, oh, it is going to be tasty. It is going to be really tasty. Not to mention the art looks quite cool as well, to be honest. She's got her long nails on, of course, as is customary for an Egyptian god. But yeah, that is it. I think that Isis is going to be the one that you look out for. Honestly, I do. I think the others are great. I think that Bahamut might have some potential with Gwyn. Depending on what she does, Snow White is going to be okay. I don't think she's going to do anything super special, though. I don't think she's got a specific place on the higher tier teams in Dooms. You know, Arthur, Leviathan, Dahlia. I don't think she fits the bill for that spot, but she might do, potentially, if you pair her with Ophelia on that team. We'll see. Ra, I do believe that Ra is going to try and bring back Valianters. It depends on her synergy and what she actually does, to be fair. If she is a stacker, which Valianters desperately need, if she does stack, like Gaia, like Arthur, like Elisha, it's going to be mental. Same is true of Isis as well. If, say, for example, Isis does stack, or if Bahamut stacks, I think that these units are going to be sick, and you're going to want all of them. We do have a full art, and I'll show you that in just a second, but Isis, I do think, is going to be the strongest out of all of them. That Monarch synergy right there. Oh, beauty. You beauty. It's going to be very, very strong, especially paired alongside Aphrodite. And this is the full art. Let me just... Where have we got to? There we go. That is your full art version of Bahamut. That is the new Glorians unit. Looks very, very good. Looks very, very tight as well. Very uncomfortable. And I bet it smells like sweat. But that's just my 2 thoughts on it. Let me know what you think about these new units. If you do like this sort of stuff, then please do subscribe. I will have more sneak peeks coming from all of the different units. And yeah, let me know what you think of the new units. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day, and good luck in whatever you're doing.